I'm filming this on my iPhone. We'll see how well this footage turns out. Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. This is a slightly different video from my normal content because today I am here filming a sketchbook tour. This is the 21st sketchbook that I've ever filled. It's one of my personal sketchbooks. And I wanted to make one of these for a hot minute, so I figured I'd walk you guys through my various studies and scribbles and show you guys what's up. All right, first order of business, stickers, because I'm sure a lot of y'all are probably curious. This one, and this one were all from the company Fluff Nest. They make absolutely adorable stuffed animals, and they also make stationery packs, which is where I got these stickers from. And then these flowers right here are, I believe they were from like a Scooby-Doo sticker sheet that I bought at the grocery store. And then all the rest of these stickers are from the artist Milky Tomato. They make some very cute stickers, very lovely designs. I have various stickers throughout my sketchbook, and I'll either have their business card taped into the sketchbook or I'll just like fill in their name as I go. All right, let's go. All right, starting off with my title page, I like to kind of make these sort of welcome to my sketchbook pages for people who for anyone who might be looking into my sketchbook. This time around, I wanted to make like a start menu. Oh no, I messed up the end date. Oh, it's okay, it's fine. So this one I had from August 28th, 2024 to December 31st of last year. I was determined to finish it by the end of the year, and thankfully I did. Over here we got some of the washi tapes that I used throughout the sketchbook, some stickers from those people that I got them from, and then these Caro stickers that I got from Milky Tomato as well. They like to include this little guy in their bulk orders of stickers, at least in my experience. Okay. Starting off with some figure drawing here. I like to use figure drawing to warm up before I do anything, or if I don't know what to draw, I'll just do a figure study. And then this page right here, I used kind of thumbnail ideas for the title page, just to see how they look on paper. Right. Got a bunch of Maya drawings here, and then some looses here. Maya is one of my characters from a story that is this crooked? A little bit, yeah, oh well. Maya is a character from one of the stories that I'm developing, Oakwood Hollow. I feel like she's a character that I normally go to when I need something to draw. She's a very chilled out character, and she's very relaxing to draw. And these sketches of Luce right here from the Owl House actually inspired me to kind of do a tiny little redesign for Maya, give her a different shaped mouth to kind of give her the illusion that she has slightly fuller lips. Dana Terrace is a pretty big inspiration for me, and some elements of my style were adopted from her. This page, I believe, were some expression studies that I did of Luce online. I was just kind of copying the expressions and seeing what they would look like in my style. And then these drawings here, I freehanded from imagination to see how they would look. I got some messy Eevee scribbles right here. Okay, so I think this one I drew first and I didn't like because it didn't super look like Eevee to me. So I looked up a picture of Eevee online and I didn't like this one either. I think it's just because, I think it might be because the eyes look a little different and the ears are too small. So I did just a portrait study of Eevee right here, and then I tried the pose again with what I learned. And then we got some black and white ink drawings of the twins. I believe I drew this when the Book of Bill came out, or when I bought the Book of Bill. I don't remember exactly when it came out. I was thinking a lot about twins at that time for mysterious reason, and these two are twins, Ben and Andy. So yeah, got some Naomi and Ben doodles over here. I feel like I should probably clarify, despite the fact that there is a ghost date sticker up here, Ben and Naomi are not dating. Ben is very gay and Naomi is very a girl, but they absolutely adore each other. And then some disgruntled Andys over here because I was in a disgruntled mood. Some more figure drawings. I usually use the website Line of Action to draw. That's a very good resource for me to use. Got some more Andys over here. Yo, who got her blushing like that, bro? I mean, I know who got her blushing like that, but I'll keep that a secret for now. And then some fishies over here. I've decided that Carlos is into marine biology and he has a fish tank. So I use this as an excuse to draw some funny little fishies with bulging eyes. Ooh, here we got some thumbnails for my Five Nights at Smosh 2 animatic. I think I made these when I was animating, I guess, the last third of it. Just some thumbnail sketches for what I wanted everything to look like. They're very messy, but they're supposed to be. It's all right. They're not meant to look perfect. Ooh, we got some Smosh vs. Aliens fan art here. I can't remember if I drew this before or after the drawing I posted on Instagram, but I drew it, I believe, between episode 1 and episode 2. And then I was testing out some scary faces for aliens. Other than this one is just me with a scary face. I think this is what I originally imagined the aliens look like. I don't know, maybe I'll try again. Maybe I'll make an animatic of that. These I just kind of scribbled because I was going through some very bad art block, and it was just, I was trying to draw myself just very like annoyed at the fact that I had art block. Worst art block of my life, woo! It's ironic I said that then because I'm currently going through very bad art block, but it's okay. I don't mind. Got Milky Tomato's business card over here, so if you're interested in any of the stickers you see that look particularly cute or glossy looking, maybe check them out. And then a couple of post studies of Robin, one of my other characters, and then a little funny face that I just drew her in. Got some more figure drawing and some feetsy poses over here. Look at this one right here. I didn't like how this one came out, so I just drew a sad face and said, "End me." Poor guy. I'm in the same boat as the artist Actually Ray. Hands and feet are relatively fun to draw because like fingers and toes can be pretty expressive. I feel like they worded that best, but the phrase "I like drawing hands" garners a very different response than "I like drawing feet." Okay, we're moving on. We're not gonna talk about that. Some thumbnails for Dover and Calypso. This is when they meet again after a time skip. They first meet in their early 20s when Calypso saves them from drowning, and then a couple years later they see each other again. So this is their sort of reunion. A little sneak peek of that. Got a couple of studies of some drawings that I found on Pinterest of some really cool looking like clothing folds, so I wanted to practice that a little bit. Oh, this I believe was my first attempt at trying to revamp my Sona. Because earlier, my original Sona was just me, but kind of cartoony. So I got the idea to make something a little different because I was bored of just drawing me all the time. I think I knew at this point that I wanted a slightly different looking hairstyle and like elf ears, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with it yet. Got some more figure drawing that I outlined with very neon yellow highlighters. This page here, I got some art supplies from Michael's. These, I believe, were some portrait Sharpies that I got because the Sharpie company apparently made portrait markers that I didn't know about. And then this group right here, I bought some, I believe it's pronounced Stablio highlighters, the little like rectangular ones. I've seen a couple other artists use those. So I was kind of testing them out, seeing how they looked. Got some Andy drawings over here. Nightmare sleepy shenanigans, I suppose. Some ink sketches that I drew, I guess this was like October 1st. This character right here, they're not for anything, they're just for fun. I imagine they're like some kind of entity of death or something. I don't really have a story for them yet, they're purely just for fun, but I've decided that their name is Winston out of a suggestion from my dad. Some studies of trying to make Winston look a little more expressive because they just have a plague doctor mask as a head, which can't really do that much in terms of expression. So I want most of their like emotions to be seen by way of their eyes and like how flustered they get. And then some more Andys over here. I think I drew this pose just to test out something before I like made an illustration of them. Got some Carloses over here. Carlos is the star of Oakwood Hollow, and I feel like he's ironically one of the characters who I don't draw that much, which sucks because I really like Carlos. So I think this was just me trying to draw him more, give him some expressions. Some more figure drawing over here. Okay, so this page was originally gonna be my submission to the Actually Infected challenge, which is like a drawing challenge that Jude from Actually Ray made for the month of October where you were supposed to like embrace mistakes. But I didn't submit it because I was self-conscious about it. I was gonna do the original plan on making a portrait of my Sona on one side, like a cute little portrait over here, and then rah! And then mess it up on this side and turn her into a monster. And it sucks that I didn't like actually submit it because I kind of like how it turned out now. Carlos and Maya over here. These two were like childhood best friends. They are joint at the hip. They're super close. Yet another attempt at submitting something to the Actually Infected challenge and not super liking how it turned out. Maybe I'll remake those into something. I don't know. And then some FNAF studies over here. We've got a couple, looks like, I think these were FNAF 2 studies, the Withered animatronics, and then an attempt at Nightmare Fredbear here. And then I didn't like how his arms looked, so I drew it again. I think I'm like the most excited to make like FNAF 4 because I get to play with the horror aspect of it, make him look all messed up. More figure drawing over here. Okay, this was an attempt at making it look like a perspective drawing, but it just looks it just looks funny. And okay, this model, I remember he had like a drape, a big piece of cloth covering his body, which really sucked because I was hoping that I would get to draw more fun shapes, but alas, nah. It's okay, they're just gesture drawings. Then some more Carlos over here, testing out a couple of poses for him. And then I moved on to testing some expressions for him. This was my first attempt at one of them, and then I tried again because I didn't like how it turned out. I think that one looks better. Got some horror doodles over here. I have like 2 sides when it comes to my art, I feel like. Or maybe 3 sides, I guess. I like drawing a mix of cute things, funny things, and scary things. And I think I have the most fun drawing scary things. It's a good way to get some excess emotions out, I feel like. And teeth are pretty much my go-to for some reason. Maybe some of y'all have been able to notice that, but I tend to default to drawing teeth whenever I'm like really stressed out or anxious. Some more figure drawing. I took some highlighters and colored some of the ones that I liked the most and outlined them with yellow. Some hands and feet poses, always looking for an excuse to practice that. I feel like it's kind of a flex when I say I enjoy drawing hands, but I don't know, hands are fun. And then this one I drew on Halloween because of that guy right there. That is how I know I drew it on Halloween. It's Ween! And then a little Carlos and Andy interaction right here. Okay, so I made Carlos's nails, I made them look painted because I originally meant to draw Andy's nails painted black because she usually has her nails painted black, but I accidentally drew the painted nails on Carlos's hand, so I just decided, you know what, Andy probably painted them for him, so he also has manicured nails. In this drawing, at least. Some angry, kind of ventish drawings over here. I'm almost positive I drew this one during the presidential election. You can all probably guess how that turned out. But yeah, like I said, I really like playing with horror because it feels kind of therapeutic for me in a weird way. Maybe that's a little concerning, but I don't know. It's a good way to get some excess fear emotions out, I guess. Yet some more figure drawing, and then some more hands and feetsy poses. I feel like I've been kind of bullshitting hands lately, so I really want to like practice drawing them some more. Some more Mayas just to practice how her mouth looks and test it out a little more. And then my halfway point. I also like making a halfway point, like a halfway drawing in my sketchbook just to kind of remind myself, oh yeah, I'm making progress, because it can kind of feel like a slog when I'm drawing in sketchbooks for a long time. But yeah, this is a good way to remind myself that yeah, I am making progress and I'm doing okay. And I decided to draw Dover and Calypso for this one because they have become my comfort characters pretty much. I can't express enough how huge of a deal it is to feel comfort drawing these two again. Some more Andy and Carlos over here. So these little Pokemon starter stickers I got from Poof and Tufts. I believe they're on Etsy. Very cute designs. I really like them. And then Carlos and some weird freakazoid right here. Another thing I like to draw in my sketchbooks are these like really tall, lanky, skeletal looking guys. I don't know, they're fun. They're fun, I like them. This spread here I made when I was testing out different poses and compositions for my Meet the Artist, for my updated Meet the Artist this year. I wasn't originally planning on making a speed paint for that, but there's a lot of you now. So it was a good time for me to reintroduce myself. Just jotting a bunch of ideas and details and stuff down, mapping everything out. And then this self-portrait here I made because I wasn't super liking how I was drawing myself on these pages, so I made this just to test it out, and then I colored it with some highlighters. And up here are 3 of my favorite starters. Piplup, Rowlet, and Fennekin. Little fun fact for you guys. And these little Kirby doodles here I made because I have this hand cream that I bought a couple years ago on a trip to New York. It was like a Kirby brand hand cream from this little brand right here called Talk Talk Beauty, and I really like it, so I've been buying it relatively regularly ever since. And then I felt really bad throwing out the packaging, so I kept the little thank you for purchase note they gave me and cut out the prettier parts of the box that it came in, and it made me want to draw Kirby. So there's Kirby. Yay! Okay, so here's a little fun fact. Robin and Maya are actually, they go out together at some point in the story, and I really like how they are as a couple, so I tend to draw them a lot because I think they look cute. And then we got some little Pokemon doodles of my boys Carlos and Ben, along with some like Fuecoco and Quaxley studies right here. I really want to make like full illustrations of this group of characters with different Pokemon teams. I put a lot of thought into it actually, so I really want to do it. Yet more figure drawing. One of the reasons I love figure drawing so much is it's really fun drawing different kinds of body types. Like I love drawing like muscles, body folds, visible bones. That kind of stuff is really fun. And these pages, the next few pages are when I was starting to figure out how I wanted to design the main Oakwood Hollow crew's families, because family also plays a big role in this story. And we're starting off with Carlos's mom here, testing out a few silhouettes with different hairstyles. I liked the look of this one, so I started to go with it, testing out how it looked. I kind of liked how it turned out at first. And we got a little height chart right here. She's just slightly taller than Carlos. At least in that one. Then I started to figure out his dad. I was kind of struggling with him at first. I tried to give him a full beard, but then I didn't. So he just has some scruff now. And then I started to draw some little pictures of how this hairstyle looked for him, but I wasn't really vibing with it. So I changed the look of his hair to be a little more circular, and I added some pointy tips to Carlos's mom, because her original design looked a little too much like Hilda's mom. And then I started to like it, but then I noticed it looked a little too much like Robin's hair. So I just decided to give the little sharp pointy bits to the bottom part of her hair instead. And I like how this looks for right now. And here we got the two of them side by side with Carlos up here. He's not reacting to the two of them like kissing, but it just happened to be the expression I gave him because I wanted to test out how his hair looked because I want him to be a resemblance of his parents, you know? These two, I believe, were referenced straight off Pinterest. And then I started designing his grandmother, Sylvia. I started to give her like a pointier nose here, but then I changed it to kind of a more hooked nose because I liked how that looked a lot more. And then over here testing out like different designs for a cane that I want to give her. Oh hey, more couple stuff. So Andy and Carlos also end up dating at some point in the story. I honestly do not care how popular the goofball and serious couple duo is. I like it. I feel like Andy isn't normally like silly like this, but when she's around different people for long enough and she's really close to them, she starts to get a little more comfortable being sillier. Over here we got some interaction with Sylvia and Carlos because Carlos basically got his abilities from Sylvia. The two of them are pretty close. And here we got a little picture of them, of all of them together with little baby Carlos when he was a lot younger. Oh look, Ventard, how nice! I saw a couple drawings of people making tears into these line-looking things, basically. So I wanted to give that a try, and I kind of went nuts in the process, going through that. It's a lot of fun, but I was very sad at the time. I think they came out okay, but you know. Oh, and this right here, I started to get the idea to make my Sona a fairy, and at first I had the idea to base them off of a Luna moth. I like how these little study sketches turned out, and as you can see, that's when I started to get the idea for giving them antenna, which I also really liked. But as you can probably tell, I didn't stick with it, but you know, we'll get to that later, eventually. Got a couple of Naomis right here. I found this color block sweater on Pinterest that I really like, so I drew Naomi wearing it. Some Naomi and Ben down here. I don't know what they're looking at. What do you think they're reacting to? I don't know. And then some Maya and Andy on this page right here. They're also a particularly close couple of friends that I like drawing together. They have a lot in common and they both care about each other a lot. Got some twin shenanigans right here. I've decided that Ben is one of those freaks of nature who never gets cold, and Andy is a contrast to that where she is always cold, all the time. And then here we got a bunch of thumbnails from that one Smosh Games video where Angela reveals her love of Mater and Shane starts making fun of her for it, and she starts crying. I feel like I forget sometimes that the vast majority of the Smosh cast nowadays are like professionally trained actors who know how to make themselves cry on command. Trevor can cry on command. I don't even know how much acting experience he has, but he can do it. I'm not super sure if I'll make this animatic or not. I'd like to, but you know, maybe if enough people want it, I will. Got some clothing studies over here. Okay, we got Ben right here in a cut from the same cloth shirt with an alien motif because he's into that kind of stuff. Naomi looking all smart like a little scholar. And I really love this outfit that I put Maya in. I don't know, it looks cool on her. I think she looks cool. Especially because Maya is so small, so I liked drawing like bigger, baggier clothes for her. And then more event art over here. I like how this turned out, but I was going through it when I was drawing this. I like how it turned out, but you know, I was clearly very sad. This right here I got from Fluffness when I ordered one of their plushies, the pink axolotl. Apparently her name is Lana, but they sent me the Ray tag instead, which, I don't know, I'm not complaining about it. Made for a fun decoration. Some Maya's right here, then another Milky Tomato business card right here. She likes doing this fun thing where she makes playlists every month, and in her orders that she usually gets, she includes like little playlist link stickers, so yeah, check that out if you want. It's a cool playlist, I like it. And then more Naomi's over here. This is when I started testing out sketching with highlighter and then going over it with ink. I think the drawings came out cute, but I'm not super crazy about how it turned out. Maybe it's just practice, maybe I just need to keep doing it a little more, but I don't know. I'm more used to sketching with the same supply every time, so I guess it's just a skill issue on my part. This I made because I wanted to test out how she would look in a shorter hairstyle. Her long hair is a core aspect of her character. It's one of the few constants that she really has in her life, but I wanted to just like test how it looked for fun. And then because the new year was approaching, I tore a couple of pages out of a chicken nugget planner that I had and just decided to attach them in the sketchbook. It kind of looked out that these colors here matches this page right there. And then the hearts around the dates are a bunch of different birthdays for like some people in my life and some of my family. This I made to cover a journal type page that I made on a notes page. I also ripped out of the chicken nugget sketchbook, so we're not gonna look at that. Y'all don't get to see that. So instead, I will show you this funny little guy. I want to say like the body, maybe I want to say he was some kind of like sock monkey type creature because I drew this silhouette, like the little rectangle guy with the ears, for a long time. And I think the mouth I got from like the amalgamation monster from Undertale. I don't know. It's a fun little thing I like to draw, but you know. Some expressions for Carlos. I mostly wanted to play with his eyes a little bit, like see how expressive I could get with his eyes, and then like sharp teeth right here. I like that one. And this eShop gift card right here I got from my sister for Christmas, and I liked how it looked, so I taped it into this sketchbook, and then I filled a couple of little doodles of little Koroks right here and Link, just to have something to use on the page. Got Naomi and Robin over here. These two I feel like would have an interesting dynamic because they're both such opposite characters. Naomi is very much more reserved and Robin is a lot more outspoken and a little chaotic, honestly. But I think they'd be an interesting dynamic to explore. I really like them together. And then this right here, I got, one of my coworkers actually got me rainbow colored pencils for Christmas, which I really appreciate. So I was testing out how they would look in my sketchbook. I don't draw in colored pencils a lot. I usually prefer pens and highlighters, but I think they look pretty. Got some New Year's resolutions right here. If I'm approaching the New Year's, I usually like to write resolutions down in my sketchbook of some of my goals that I want to achieve this year. So improve my horror art. I'm working on this one. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I feel like I don't post a lot of horror art, but I would like to maybe show them off a little more. Finished over in Calypso, or get close. I have officially de-shelved over in Calypso. I'm currently in the process of making backgrounds for it right now, which I've posted on Patreon if you want to like check that out a little bit, maybe. Start streaming. I'd like to start doing that, but I feel like I might need to get a new computer first because my current laptop is quite literally falling apart, so I need to replace it before I can really start cooking on that. Find new hiking trails. I really love walking and hiking, and I live near a couple of really pretty botanical gardens and parks that I like to walk in from time to time. But I'd love to find some new like actual hiking trails in my area. Give less of a I don't mean like give less of a as in don't care about anything anymore at all. I just mean, I guess, stress about little things less. Focus my attention on the things that actually need to be given attention to. improve on compositing. I would love to start doing this a lot more often. I tried out compositing a little bit last year, and I've seen so many cool videos about compositing processes, and I hear from animators all the time about how much they enjoy compositing, adding emotion and feel to a scene. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. Play more games. I actually didn't play that many video games last year, I don't think, at least not new video games. I was really busy last year and I didn't have a lot of time to sit down and relax and just play a game to unwind. Not even Night in the Woods. I was really bummed about that. That's my fall game and I didn't get to play it because I was so busy. So yeah, hopefully this year will be a good year for gaming for me. Learn to draw animals and creatures. Always looking to improve on creature design. Learn and practice prop design, another thing I want to do. Design merch of my OCs. I really want to start out by making some stickers of my characters. I don't know if that many people would be interested in it, but it's a fun idea. And I also have an idea for sticker sheets of them with a bunch of props and symbols that relate to them, and have fun. I'd say I've been having some fun with my art this year. That's been nice. Then some Maya drawings here. Maya is an artist and she likes to draw. This pose I believe I drew first because I found a pose that I really liked on Pinterest, so I did a study of that first, and then I redrew it right here, kind of like putting my own spin on it, giving her a different pose, different expression, things like that. Oh, we got some slightly nude figure drawing. I should be okay to show these, right? Maybe I'll censor the bits just to be safe, but yeah, they're not doing anything. They're just models. And then Dover and Calypso right here that I made with my new rainbow color pencils. This is when I started drawing out Maya's family. Maya has a pretty big family. She's got 3 brothers and her parents, and I started with her oldest brother, Leon. I was mostly practicing how to stylize his braids, make them look a little more in my style. I like how he looks right now, but maybe I'll play with his design a little more. And then her middle brother, Tobias, who is a little younger than her. Okay, so Leon and Maya are super tight. They are very close. They love each other very much. These two, Maya and Tobias, they are constantly at each other's throats. They don't get along super well. They love each other, of course, because they're siblings, but you know, they're frequently annoyed with each other. I had the idea to make Tobias just like a typical moody teenager. And then Isaac right here is Maya's youngest brother, who she absolutely adores. I feel like I don't draw a lot of little kids, so it'll be fun as I get to practice drawing him. Got the Williams siblings up here, and this is where I started designing Maya's parents. We've got Diana right here, who's the owner of Groundworks, a coffee shop in Oakwood Hollow. I decided to give her some braids similar to Leon's. And then we've got Isaiah right here. I decided to make his hair a little shorter since he's a rabbi and he wears a kippah, so his kippah could be a little more visible. And I wanted to give him like a good full beard to kind of make up for the lack of hair on his head. And then these little thumbnails of the two of them right here. I have the idea that Diana and Isaiah are a certified tall queen and short king combo. I really like the idea of that. I don't know. Got some horror drawings over here. I think this was supposed to be me as just like a creature. I like how it turned out, kind of. And then this right here was a study of a drawing I found on Pinterest, and I think this is supposed to be this. This is another study that I found also on Pinterest, and I guess I tried to redraw it like this, but I did not like how it turned out. So I tried again, actually paying closer attention to how the form looks and figuring out how it works. And this cloth right here didn't originally have Mimikyu characteristics. I added that after the fact, and then it turned into some Mimikyu studies right here. Little fun fact about Mimikyu, you see these little lines right here on the body looking part of the Pikachu costume? Those are actually eye slits. I didn't know that. I thought they were just like little arm thingies, but no, they're eye slits. So I wanted to play with that a little bit, give them a little bit of characterization with their eyes. Mimikyu's one of my favorite Pokemons for sure. I love Mimikyu. 2 bits and pieces. Okay, so this page right here, I think I originally was going to draw some of my characters, but then I didn't like how it turned out. So I covered it with some paper, and then I drew some sketches, initially hoping to do some thumbnail practices, but I guess for some reason I gave up on that too, so I was just like, this page! because I wasn't vibing with it. So I just moved on. And then I drew some figure drawing over here. I guess because I was going through art block again and I wanted to finish like as strong as I could. These came out okay. Some profile drawings of Dover and Calypso right here just to kind of have something to draw on the page. And then I drew this on New Year's Eve because I was finished with the sketchbook and I was feeling good. Despite everything, it's still you. One of my favorite quotes from Undertale. And then yeah, thanks for playing. ending it with a little thank you note for viewing my sketchbook. And yeah, that was my 21st sketchbook. I hope you guys liked it. I normally script my videos, but I didn't script it this time around. And I know I had a tendency to ramble a lot because I'm not super great at talking on the spot. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the unscripted format. I'm about halfway done through my current sketchbook right now, so maybe expect a tour of that one in a couple of months. I also post monthly sketchbook dumps over on my Patreon. At the beginning of every month, I make a big post of a bunch of my favorite drawings from my current sketchbooks. So if you like some of my sketches and you want to see more, feel free to check out my Patreon. I also post some bits and pieces of my sketchbook on my Instagram stories if you guys are interested in that. And yeah, thanks for watching. I still don't have an outro for this. Bye!